Hello and welcome to Conversations. This is a series of interviews we record with the world's leading air cargo and logistic leaders, and we are here in Dubai at the IATA World Cargo Symposium. And with me in conversation today is Tom Owen, Director, Cathay Cargo. Tom, great to have you.
Thank you, Reji. It's great to be here.
Tom, just stepped out of an interesting panel discussion on digitalization, technology, AI tools in air cargo processes, air cargo operations. Maybe a few highlights from the discussion that you had.
Yes, I think a couple of things. It's great to see that the industry is moving forward in a number of areas, particularly on one record. Over the last few years, more and more carriers and forwarders are beginning to adopt the protocols and the standards. A lot more to do, but I definitely detected some momentum there. And then secondly, the exciting case studies on AI and hearing from the other guys on the panel, including Cathay Cargo, our own experience of AI around helping us get more efficient, deal with customers better, and also around pricing. So yeah, there were a couple of things that stood out for me.
Yeah, but Cathay Cargo has always been an early adopters of technology tools, being a member of the IATA One Record. If you can give an update on the IATA One Record and what is the status today as of now?
Yes, so for Cathay Cargo, we're essentially ready for the One Record 2026 implementation. We can now do One Record connections with lots of the supply chain. We're still working on interline and some customs, but some of the guts of it is done. And we've done a number of proof of concepts and trials now across different parts of our business supply chain to make sure it works. With good results, with better transparency, more efficiency, more security, and less errors in terms of submitting airway bills. So yes, overall it's been a good experience so far.
Okay, let me reflect on the 2024 numbers, financial numbers, as well as the performance of Cathay Cargo. It's been a phenomenal success story. For you, what would be some of the key highlights? 1.5 million tons, over 1.5 million tons of cargo carried.
That would be one of the highlights. I mean, it's a good growth. I think 11-12% growth on prior year. But don't forget, Cathay Cargo and Cathay is still coming out of COVID. Now we're back to full strength, and indeed beyond that. We've been flying to a lot more places. We've got 100 destinations now on our route network. I think reflecting on last year, three things. One, the profit number, obviously really terrific to see. That's a huge tribute to our team. Really, they did an amazing job in Cathay Cargo and across Cathay and supporting Cathay Cargo. Secondly, would be being winners of the Air Transport World Cargo Carrier of the Year award for 25, which is really good. That was all based on 24's work. And finally, I think the way the team stepped up and took on the challenge of the e-commerce demand, which was very significant last year, was also very memorable. So I think a number of things that we're very, very proud of, and lots more to do, but we're trying to be the best air cargo carrier in the world. And we're on track, hopefully, to begin to achieve our aspirations over the years ahead.
I happened to read one of the recent very long interview that one publication had with your CEO, and your CEO was quite generous about the Cathay Cargo's performance during the pandemic. Were you surprised by his generous appreciation of Cathay Cargo?
Our CEO is a huge fan of cargo. He basically cut his teeth in cargo when he was younger, and he understands cargo really well. Cathay Cargo has always been a part of Cathay. Our airline started in 1946 as a cargo carrier. So for us, it's in our DNA, and it's seen as a great privilege to work in Cathay Cargo as part of the Cathay Group. So I wasn't surprised. Hopefully we can continue to surprise him and continue to do well for the overall group.
Quite recently, the figures have come out for 2024 in terms of the Hong Kong International Airport being the 14th time the busiest cargo airport in the world, and you contribute a substantial cargo throughput through that airport. Your reflections on that?
Well, obviously it's a huge success story. We're about 31% of the capacity out of the Hong Kong International Airport, so we are a significant player and a part of that success. But I'd say it's much bigger than Cathay Cargo. Obviously, we've got terrific cooperation with the Airport Authority, with the Transport and Logistics Bureau, with all the government authorities, customs included. And everyone's very determined to make sure that Hong Kong International Airport not only retains its status, but grows in its aspirations to continue to be the world's leading air cargo hub. If you go there, you see the infrastructure, you see the spend that's going in, you see the work that's going on to attract more business into Hong Kong. It's all very, very positive.
Okay, let's talk about your brand positioning that happened about a year and a half back. We know how, and I think the messaging is very clear that you are a cargo expert, Cathay expert. Special solutions strength is so much a part of Cathay Cargo's value proposition. Tell us what are some of the key verticals where you are putting in additional resources, additional attention.
Well, we're doing this because we believe that there's a story to be told around specialist cargo. And obviously from a commercial reason, specialist cargo is up to 5 times the yield you get for regular cargo. So that is why we're sort of doing this. We're trying to do it to reach the shippers as well, to make them aware of what we're capable of. So when they talk to their freight forwarders, they know that there is an option to choose Cathay Cargo. We've got 9 verticals in terms of our solution range. And we've been progressively going through and refreshing or relaunching them over the last 2 years. The latest one to come out has been Cathay Expert, which is around specialist cargo. We've just also done Cathay Fresh, which is around. We have some great Indian mangoes moving across our network, and we're coming up shortly with Cathay Live Animal, which will be reflecting our ability to carry live animals well and safely around the world. So, and we'll continue to do that as we go through our product range.
Where is your focus on e-commerce product?
Our focus on e-commerce product, we have a specialist product we call Cathay Courier, which is targeted at individual small shipments, door to door. We work with a partner, Linex, and we're able to do door to door in many parts of the world. And that's our e-commerce bespoke solution direct to customers. But obviously on the e-commerce side, we carry, like many other carriers, e-commerce in terms of our normal regular carriage.
Tom, let's talk about your export-import of cargo to Greater Bay Area through Dongguan. It has been a pilot project now. It's been commercially successful project that's been both on the export and import. What's the status of that as of now?
Yes, so it is still a pilot for this year. We're seeing good tonnage come through. The concept is we've brought essentially the Hong Kong jurisdiction into the Greater Bay Area. So all the screening and all the X-raying and customs security is done in Dongguan, goes on the barge through to the airport in Hong Kong, down the river, and then transferred directly to freighters or put into the warehouse and then goes to freighters. That's the concept. It's speed, efficiency, and primarily cost saving for the freight forwarder. First phase has been the export, and the second phase has been the import. And the import is actually an area we're really working hard on now to grow. I think overall we're very impressed with it. It's a long-term project. The next stage is to get more customer airlines working on it as well. And the airport authority is building a bespoke facility from scratch, which will be state-of-the-art, which will be open in a few years' time, which will then allow the pilot to transition into a full regular service. So very optimistic, it's doing well, and I think in the long term it's going to be a huge success for Hong Kong.
Do you see the volume going up in both in export and import?
Absolutely, the volume of export has been going up in terms of number of products using that. In terms of import, the market is also beginning to grow again. It's smaller than it was pre-COVID, but it is growing. And there we're looking at now how we can move perishable products into GBA from around different parts of the world. That's our next focus.
Tom, before we conclude, let's address the elephant in the room, tariffs. It's been a concern for any global trading operator, business groups. What is your reading of the global trade and the tariffs, and what do you see are major impact on the air freight industry?
So I think there's two things. There's the tariffs and there's a de minimis. De minimis is around the e-commerce play and tariffs is around the general trade. I think on both of them, obviously, depending on what the final outcome is, there will be an impact on the movement of air cargo between China and the US. The degree to that remains to be seen. What I can say, though, is that the Cathay Cargo, through redeployment of capacity, through additional capacity into other destinations, through turning on other markets, through reorientating our sales team to sell other trade lanes, we've got plenty in our arsenal to react on that. So although we see it as a challenge, we certainly don't see it as insurmountable. And I think over time, the structural effect of e-commerce is such that it's not going to go away. And the air cargo will find ways to flow around to continue to provide the products and services that the consumers want in the world. So yes, short-term shock possibly. Let's see how it unfolds. But longer term, we have lots at our disposal to adapt and grow and still be successful as an air cargo carrier.
But how are you realigning your relationship with your key customers in this uncertain times, volatile times?
A lot of communication on a daily basis, a lot of phone calls. Hats off to my sales team who are doing a fabulous job in Hong Kong and around the world in communicating, in making sure that they understand, we understand their situation. We want to make sure that when we come out the other side, we're still partners with our friends in the trade, because we've all been through tough times before. This is no different. Maybe a bit more uncertainty this time, but it's actually no different. And we are there for our partners as they are for us. So I think between the two of us, the freight forwarder, the shipper, and then the airline, we'll work out new ways of working.
Is there an attempt to kind of recalibrate your growth figures, growth numbers, your tonnage by the end of the year? Because given the condition that we are in, is that something that, are you going to be a little conservative in terms of your outlook for 2025?
I think the word attempt is very accurate, Reji. Obviously, no one really has a crystal ball as to what's going to happen. We have multiple scenarios that we're looking at, ranging, different ranges of outcomes. But underpinning it all is our ability to react efficiently and creatively. So, although there may be some impact on the movement between China and US, as I said, there's plenty of other things we can do to either refill, replace, or redeploy capacity into other markets, which will allow us to continue on our growth trajectory. So optimism is probably a strong word, but we are certainly realistic about our ability to react, and we believe we can once we have a clearer understanding of exactly what the world looks like down the line.
Tom, thank you so much, sir. It's been great talking to you.
Thank you very much, Reji. Thank you.